Welcome to the Home Inspector Marketing Podcast. Because you're a home inspector looking to increase your sales, improve your cash flow, and boost your bottom line, you are in the right place. For additional training resources on how you can grow your home inspection business, go to microreturns.com right now. And now, here's the podcast.
Hi, this is Mike Crow, and I run a home inspection business. In fact, I've run a couple of home inspection businesses. The true joy for me, though, has been helping literally thousands of home inspectors build really solid home inspection businesses as well. We can help a single-man operation be able to do over $300,000 a year, maybe all the way up to $400,000 a year as a single inspector operation. Even better for me is the 80-plus companies that we have helped be able to build million-dollar home inspection businesses. I would like to help you be able to do the same thing.
If you would like to learn more about our mastermind coaching program, go to microreturns.com.
So on page 64 here, he talks about a different sets of habits. So let's just talk about maybe what you do in the morning. There's a whole segment right here in almost a table format. You wake up, you turn off the alarm, you check your phone, you go to the bathroom, you weigh yourself, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you floss your teeth, you put on deodorant, you hang up your towel to dry, you get dressed, you make a cup of tea. Damn, that's very close to my morning routine, very close, okay? And then he thinks about, okay, let's identify this. What's a good habit versus a bad habit here, okay? So on the next page, at the top of the next page, if it's neutral, then just equal sign. If it's a bad habit, minus sign. If it's a good habit, a plus sign, right? So you wake up. That's pretty neutral. You turn off your alarm, pretty neutral, okay? You check your phone. Is that really something you really want to be doing early in the morning when you get out of bed? Probably not. So he gave that a minus. You go to the bathroom. Well, that's pretty neutral. You weigh yourself. That's a positive. You're feeding yourself some good information. You take a shower. All right, I hope so. You brush your teeth. You floss your teeth. You put on deodorant. You hang up the towel to dry.
That deserves a plus.
I knew Susan was going to say that. Hey, she only beat me to the punch. I would tell you that Susan would say that was a plus, okay? Getting dressed before you leave. I think that's a plus too, okay? All right. And then making yourself a cup of tea. And of course, people watch me make my chocolate drink every morning, right? I mean, you've seen me do it how many times? I've been doing that for 25 years. Every morning I make that drink. Now, and somebody the other day was watching me make it. They were out of the first group. They were new here. And he was going, oh, yeah, I make a drink like that every morning. I said, really? What goes in your drink? He said, oh, this and this and this and this. And he said, milk. And I went, okay. And I don't have any problem with milk. Milk's good, okay? Some people think it's terrible for you. And I said, well, I don't put milk in mine. And he goes, well, man, what do you do? I showed him how I make mine, okay? I put in the ice, I put in a banana, and then I pour in the coffee. And he goes, you put coffee in yours? I went, hell yeah, okay? And then I put in the chocolate stuff out of the canister that gives me all my minerals, vitamins, enzymes, just... Man, it's like a pick-me-up. It's one of the reasons I'm so energetic in the morning. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty energetic in the morning. By the way, I've had my coffee with the 2 extra shots, and I'm pretty energetic in the afternoon, okay? So here's the thing is, what could you do to do this? And so, does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to be? Does this habit cast a vote for or against my desired identity? And I thought this was incredibly important. I'm not sure it's here. So the cool thing about everything you do is a plus or a minus of who you want to be or who you are, your identity, okay? When you say, this is my identity, see, I look at Kevin, and when I look at Kevin, and when I hear Kevin speak, I hear international real estate coach. That, to me, is an identity. By the way, he's also a great husband, and he's also a great, many other things, and a friend, by the way, okay? And I want to say thank you for that, all right? But that's his identity. That's his identity. He didn't get there by accident. Every day he does something that feeds that identity. And every day he does something that feeds that identity to the rest of the world. So the question to some degree is, what are you doing there? So here's one of the secrets. Just by saying out loud, tomorrow I need to go to the post office after lunch, will help you get it done. So I want to say that again. Tomorrow I need to go to the post office after lunch. Just by saying that out loud, if I said that in the bathroom in the morning, and by the way, one of the things I do And we kind of talked about this jokingly at one meeting I was at, and I'm testing it right now. I have literally put waterproof paper and a pen in my shower, because a lot of times people say thoughts come to you during the shower. I've actually trained myself to have paper and pen on the bathroom counter in the morning, and so when I think of something, I start making my list of things I want to get done. Oh, post office. I don't say when, but I write post office. But I know I'm going to check that list several times to get it done. Yes, Coy?
How long are you in the shower where you need to take those kind of notes?
See, I'm not in the shower. See, that's a great point. I'm not in the shower that long, all right? But I did test it. I did buy it. I'm getting ready. I bought like 6 of these. I was going to give them out to some people and different things. I'm getting ready to send 4 of them back. I've used it once. But on the other hand, it's a new habit, right? 160 seconds. You know, I'm waiting to see if it kicks in, and I'm looking at it every day. And if nothing else, by looking at it every day, what have I done here? I've created a cue. I've made something unconscious conscious.
But if you only write, even if you only use it one time,
Right.
that's a $100,000 idea, let's say.
It could be.
Hello, that's $100,000 a year.
I have
Over
thought
how
of
many
something
years?
and got out of the shower and go, oh, shoot, what was that? I know it was great, and I can't remember it. So,
Times that I care to remember.
yeah, so there you go. But by saying things. Do you use it? So she's even used it once. So not only this, think about this, what she just said. Not only did I build something that helped me have a cue to do things, just by standing next to Susan, I'm losing weight because she's eating differently. She's changed her lifestyle. It's changed mine. Just by building something in for me, it's changed hers. Now, I don't know, you guys probably don't have this problem. I'm living in an older home. It was built in the 80s. And so when I turn on the water, the shower, it takes a little bit of time for it to warm up. Anybody else have that? Is it just me? Okay. So, and nobody wants to admit that, and I don't blame you, all right? I will tell you that in my house, I have put a water heater under the kitchen sink, so we no longer wait for the kitchen sink to heat up. And I put in the hall bath, I put a water heater right there, so the hall bath doesn't have to wait, because I thought my mother-in-law was coming to be there and everything. I have developed a new thing. So if you go back to the list on page 64 there with all those lists, so one of the things, of course, is I turn the water on, and I used to turn it on and then go to the bathroom, right? Well, I'm changing my thing now, and so I did this, and I wrote this in here. I turn the water on. While I'm waiting for it to warm up, I do push-ups. I do push-ups. So, and I wrote it here, all right? And so I'm teaching I used to do push-ups, but I stopped doing them because, well, you know, it was silly. Anyway, so I do push-ups while waiting for the shower water to warm up. Here's one of the things that he talks about. The best way to start a new habit is to put a habit next to a habit that you already have.
Hook it to a habit that you already got, yeah.
That's exactly right. So if you already have a good habit, how can you, in Disney, Vance would call this plussing it, okay? Disney would say, how do I plus this, right? So how do I plus that habit? And so chapter 5, the best way to start a new habit is really the first thing, and it's at the bottom of the page here. Let's see, this has got to be page 69, okay, chapter 5, is you have to add when and where. So I'm going to do push-ups when? When I turn the shower on. Where? Right there in the bathroom. I know when and where I'm going to do that now. And because it's attached to something I know I'm going to do every morning, if I'm going to take a shower, I got to turn the water on, right? And if I turn it on at the right time, now I know, and by the way, it's kind of funny, I'm wondering how many push-ups can I do before it gets warm? So I only did 10 this morning. Then I got up, I got in the shower, water was still cold. So tomorrow I know I can do, yeah, you're thinking, oh, drats. It wasn't exactly my reaction, but yeah. So here's the thing is, boldly, broadly speaking, the format for creating an implementation intention, that's what he calls, setting a habit, is when situation X arises, I will perform response Y. This is on page 70. Probably one of the most powerful things I'd written up to that point, okay? I think the rest of this book is just packed full of good information, and I will tell you, I haven't read the rest of the book yet. I'm excited about reading the rest of it. It's one of the reasons I got it for you guys. 91%, oh, this was interesting. They did a test. They had a control group and about exercising, and they said, hey, just track all the exercising you're doing. And the next group, second group, they said, hey, we're going to tell you some motivation about being, better motivated about exercising, and they tracked that. Okay? And the third group, they said, so we just want you to write down when and where you will exercise. The third group, 91% of the third group exercised at least once per week, more than double the normal rate, because they said when and where. When and where. I tell people all the time, the difference between goals or dreams and goals is the when and where. And so many people miss that. And the other thing that he said that I thought was good, and Davey kind of said it this morning, this afternoon when he talked about something. He said, you know, how often are you going to do this? Are you going to do it hourly? Are you going to do it, you know, daily? Are you going to do it weekly? Are you going to do it monthly? So at the bottom of page 71, the thing that I wrote down here was week, month, year. Week, month, year, all right? So he said, if you aren't sure when to start a new habit, try the first day of the week, the first day of the month. We all know that people try to do stuff the first day of the year, right? New Year's resolutions. And so, and by the way, and what is the world trying to tell you about New Year's resolutions right now? What are they trying to tell you?
Nobody doesn't.
Oh, nobody does them. They don't work, right?
They only work for like a couple weeks.
They only work for a couple weeks. Here's what I need you to know. That's 95% thinking. It doesn't work for 95% of the people, and the world's handing them an excuse. Well, it doesn't even really work. Why would you try that? So some people don't even try to fix something at the beginning of the year. By the way, it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the year. It could do some things. And one of the things that I thought he said was, you're more likely to take action at those times because, this is my favorite word. I watched a movie that I'm not going to tell you because it had too much bad stuff in it. It was on, I think it was on Netflix, but I don't remember. But hope is usually higher. The more hope you have, the better are you likely to do that.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast, and as a friendly reminder, if you're looking to increase your sales, improve your cash flow, and boost your bottom line as a home inspector, go to microreturns.com right now.